Installing the 17.7 kilowatt battery bank, you would select the very top bracket demarcation on the template. You can also use the wall mounting bracket to mark your mounting holes. Always make sure the bracket is level. Once the wall bracket is secure, install the bottom plate. There are 4 bolts that mount it to the threaded inserts in the bottom bracket. Torque these bolts to 3.7 pound-feet or 44 inch-pounds. Next, install the battery. Make sure to line up the connection to the back left corner. Once the battery is set into place, flip the 4 plastic tabs on each corner. You can't install the side plates until all the batteries are installed because they cover the 4 side clips that lock down each battery. Install the second battery. As with the first battery, line up the connection to the back left corner and secure the 4 plastic tabs on each corner. Note, you can remove the plastic shipping cover from each battery after installed. After installing all of the batteries, we now install the battery control unit. After lining it up, use the 4 tabs to clip it into place. Mount the side covers at this time. There is a left and right side cover, denoted by L and R. Line up the plate and slide it forward. It will click into place. We now attach the 2 standing brackets together. Mark the wall for the anchors. Remove the side covers of the BCU. Unlatch the 4 corner clips and lift straight up to remove the BCU. Make sure you cover the batteries before drilling. After drilling the holes and securing the anchors, install the standing brackets. Insert the anchors. Reinstall the BCU. Fasten the 4 corner clips. Install the standing brackets. Attach the back standing bracket first. Then attach the second standing bracket that secures the battery bank in place. It's time to connect the battery bank to the GM Ultium inverter. Flexible conduit is used in order to easily fish the wires through the BCU wire duct during installation. It also allows easier access when servicing the batteries at a later date. We'll drill 2 holes on the side of the wire trough connecting the DC power and the communication cables from the battery bank to the bidirectional inverter. Find the side sealing cover. There is 1 3/4 communication cable gland and 1 3/4 power cable gland. If you're using a 1-inch conduit, these are reducers for the side sealing cover. We're using 3/4 inch conduit in this example and will not need to use these reducer glands. Use flexible conduit when attaching the side seal cover to the BCU. There are 4 studs in the BCU to receive this plate. After getting your conduit in place, you'll need to feed the wires through the conduit. Use 8 to 10 gauge copper wire and do not exceed a length of 35 feet. The communication cable needs to be between 18 and 22 gauge. Do not exceed a length of 35 feet as well. Remove the front cover on the BCU to access the termination points and the wire duct. After successfully running both the wires through the conduit, route them through the duct on the side before connecting the side seal cover. The wires will appear in the front of the BCU. You're now ready to connect them to the BCU. At this time, you can connect the side seal cover. Note, there are 2 sets of ferrule crimps provided. The orange ferrule crimps are for single, 22 gauge wire installation and the white ferrule crimps for twin wire installation or when using 18 gauge wire. Connecting the communication wires to the BCU. There are 4 communication wires. Connect the red wire to the Enable 12V positive line to terminal 1. These wires will click into place. If you need to remove a wire, press a flathead screwdriver in the slot below. Next, connect the black wire to the Enable ground wire to terminal 2. Select the inverter communication method you will be using, either CAN or RS485. The RS485 terminals are 3 and 4. The CAN terminals are 5 and 6. In this installation, we are connecting to the RS485 terminals. The orange wire connects to the RS485A+. The yellow wire connects to the RS485B-. Next, we install the high voltage DC. Strip the power terminal cable by 15 mm or 0.6 of an inch. Connect the negative line of the power cable to terminal 3. Connect the ground wire to terminal 2. Connect the positive line of the power cable to terminal 1. Dip switch settings for primary and secondary packs. When connecting a single battery pack, use the primary switch settings. Since this is a primary battery pack, we will set the 2 dip switches on the left to the down position. The 2 dip switches on the right will be set to the up position. If this were a secondary battery pack, we would set the 2 dip switches on the left to the up position. Regarding the 2 dip switches on the right, the first dip switch will be set to the up position and the second dip switch to its right will be set to the down position. The wiring to the BCU is complete. Install the front cover panel. Do not install the outer cover until wiring is complete to the GM bidirectional inverter because the circuit breaker in the BCU will need to be turned on. It's time to connect the high voltage line and the communication cable from the BCU to the Ultium inverter. The cover to the Ultium bidirectional inverter is removed. From the wire trough, route the communication and the high voltage cables into the inverter. Wiring the communication wires to the GM Ultium inverter. Match the wires to the same ports as the BCU. Using a screwdriver, press the slot above to release tension and slide the wire into the slot. The yellow wire goes to the B slot, matching the RS485B- on the BCU. The orange wire goes to the A slot, matching the RS485A+ on the BCU. The black wire goes to the ground slot, and the red wire goes to the EN slot, matching the Enable 12-volt slot on the BCU. We now wire the high voltage wires. Starting with the ground wire, there are 4 grounding screws within this inverter. You can land up to 2 ground wires per screw. There is a pre-installed Eaton breaker that will receive the positive and negative wires from the BCU. Designated markings underneath the breaker show that the right side of the breaker receives the negative input and the left side receives the positive input wire. This installation is complete. It's time to put the covers back on.